All right, after 96 matches, a total of 280 or 280 goals have been scored, leaving just 8 matches before the world crowns its next champion. The biggest headline of the round was the complete elimination of all the three co-hosts, that is America or the USA, Canada, and Mexico. Ronaldo and Neymar have bowed out, while Lionel Messi and his troop, Argentina, still march on. Morocco is the last man standing from Africa. Will they keep standing strong? Spain is the only team yet to concede a goal up until now, and yet the Golden Boot race has created more and more history. The round of 16 at the FIFA World Cup 26 has delivered unforgettable drama, stunning upsets, and history-making moments as the race for the trophy narrows down to the final 8. Ladies and gentlemen, this evening, welcome to Dai Dai Iko World Cup Edition Roundup Analysis. This evening, I am joined by an all-Africa panel for a second consecutive time. KB Modishane joins us from Pretoria, South Africa, land of Mzansi. Bafana are unfortunately out of the tournament, as well as Stephen Lavon from Lom, Togo in West Africa. And for the debutants, Bello Omotunde from Nigeria for the first time ever, alongside Taha Abdallah from North Africa, joining us live from Cairo, Egypt. My name is Jason Sagini, the Sports Archbishop. Welcome, guys, on board. You can be part and parcel of this show. And of course, we start off by welcoming our guests or our new debutants on the show. Welcome along, Taha Abdallah, and of course, Bello Omotunde. I'll start with Taha Abdallah. Abdallah, how are you? I know you are not fine, but then you have to be fine for this show this evening.
Can you hear me now? Welcome to all friends. Yes, you're right. I'm not good. It was a bad night, but I'm happy because Africa have Morocco still in World Cup.
Yeah, I understand. I understand your feelings and our commiserations for Egypt, the Pharaohs. But then, Bello Motunde, how are you from West Africa? Oh God, the brother, how are you? How did you do this evening?
Jason, and I truly want to appreciate everyone and also to console my brother from Egypt, from Cairo, that all hope is not lost yet. Egypt has a fantastic team and it's a good one. Well, thank you everyone for having me here. It's a pleasure from Nigeria here.
You're so much welcome, Bello Motunde from West Africa in Nigeria. KB Modishane, how is the South?
I'm doing all right. Commiserations to Egypt. I mean, what a game it was yesterday. I mean, a couple of days ago, rather. But, man, sad ending to the game. Argentina managing to fight back. I know the Egyptians have a lot to talk about in terms of the controversies of that game. But, listen, we were in for a treat. We were in for an entertaining football match. I'm glad to be here with you guys. Taha, welcome. Bello, welcome as well. Let's get the show on the road.
Giabonga, KB Modishane from Pretoria, South Africa, and of course from another guy from West Africa for a second time on the show in Lome, Togo, Stephen Lavon. Bonjour.
Bonjour, Jason. Hello, everyone. KB, Taha, and Bello. Once again, a pleasure to be in the show. I hope we're gonna spend some good moments together.
Exactly. That's the point, Bello. And of course, Lavon, you can maybe put your screen on full so that you can be able to see your full Togo.
Yeah, you know, I have problems with my Wi-Fi, so I'm using my phone for the moment. So it's very difficult, but I will try.
Yeah, I'll just communicate to you on the private chat here on how to do that. Just check on the private chat there. But then, guys, this evening, from wherever you're watching this show from, ladies and gentlemen, in Africa and across the board, we're going to discuss about the round 16 tie. And of course, Egypt losing against Argentina the other day. Did they lose focus in some way or the other? And you think Argentina are being favored by FIFA? And of course, what do you think caused Portugal an early exit? And of course, the quarterfinals preview starting off today, this evening. France, Le Bleu facing off with the Atlas Lions of Morocco. of course, at 11 p.m. East African time. How will that match unfold, and much more drama which will be unfolding from tomorrow up until Sunday morning? You can also drop us your predictions of the quarterfinals. Who do you think is going to make it up to or into the semi-finals? And of course, who do you think is going to win the Golden Boot race this time round? Is it Messi? Is it Haaland? Is it Vinicius Jr., who has already been out of the tournament? Is it Harry Kane? Who will it be? Talk to us on Facebook or also on LinkedIn, but of course also on X. It's Jason_Sagini. Let me just give us some shout-outs before we continue this show. I can see Kinara Chakitioko is already tuned into the show, and you can just drop in your comments as we continue with this live broadcast. Nazareth Petra is also watching from Tanzania in Dar es Salaam. Asante sana for making time to be part and parcel of this show, guys. We start off, of course, with the big elephant in the house. You can see the quarterfinalists, 8 teams into the quarterfinals, and of course Europe is still taking over the FIFA World Cup because 6 spots in the round of 16 in the quarterfinals are being taken up by European countries. 6 spots out of 8 are from the Europe continent. Of course, this is how things look after the group stage concludes. We are now into the final 8 of the tournament. Who will make it? Of course, this tournament already made a lot and much more history. Why? Because up until now, since the first ever FIFA World Cup, we have now seen 50+ million fans attending the FIFA World Cup across the board since it was inception. And of course, this year alone, this edition, the third edition of the FIFA World Cup has already seen 6.2 million fans attending FIFA World Cup matches after the round of 16 were concluded just the other day. And of course, history being made. That chart there shows you who has been making the quarterfinals since 1994 up until 2026 this year. And of course, Africa, we had 10 teams going into this tournament, but then up until now, only 1 team standing until now. This is Morocco, the Atlas Lions. But before that, Argentina, the defending champions, knocked out Egypt the other day, 3-2 after a comeback, which I can say this was a moment of magic from Lionel Messi, the 8-time Ballon d'Or winner. KB, what a game we had the other day.
I still have no words. I still have no words. I was out with a couple of friends watching the game. Egypt took the lead in the first half. We're all shocked. We could not believe what we were seeing. Egypt were playing very well. They were pressing Argentina. They were on the front foot. They were getting the second ball. They were managing to get their tackles in. And then in the second half, Egypt had a disallowed goal due to offside, but that's no worry. They still managed to make it 2-0. And just when you think it's over for Le Albi Celeste, here they come. Here comes Lionel Messi with an assist for Christian Romero. Then he bangs in an absolute banger of a goal to make it 2-2. Then Enzo Fernandez right at the death and at a time, as a matter of fact, and at a time to win it for Argentina. I mean, for the football neutral, this was an absolute drama, absolute blockbuster of a game. For the Argentinian fans, this was an absolute roller coaster for them. For the Egyptian fans, I'm pretty sure all Egyptian fans all around the world, no matter where you are in the world, they probably feel as though they have been cheated, they have been robbed in that game. And listen, only Taha can speak on that. But all I can say is what a game it was, and it was absolutely a beautiful thing to see from the neutral perspective.
Yeah, what a game that we saw the other day, of course, in the US. Let's just hear from one of the fans from Egypt. Taha, I know it feels bad, but then what is your summary about how Egypt played that game? Do you think they messed up? Did they lose any focus at some point?
Welcome, bro. Thanks for all friends for that. At first, no one in Egypt was expected that Egypt can win in a World Cup. The win of Egypt against New Zealand is the first win in history of Egypt in World Cup. So we was happy, very happy. Then we equalized against Iran, and we surprised to qualification to another side. We have a problem against Australia, but we found us against Argentina. So all people were surprised from that. Me was surprised. But at final, we have a play good against Argentina. We played very, very well. I was surprised when I saw that. All people dreaming that saw Egypt in quarterfinal. But Leo Messi, Leo Messi he's the greatest player in the world, in the history. But I can see that Hosam Hassan, Egyptian coach, maybe he have a problem at the last 10 minutes to receive 3 goals. But I wanted to say that referee, the French referee, have problems too. Zamu play at the last minute. It's the same of that goal that Zico scored, the second goal. I think that's the same play, but I don't know why the referee didn't want to check the VAR. I think Egypt was clearly subjected to unfair tournament.
Okay, great. Lavon, if you can hear Taha clearly, Taha says that Egypt played well, but at some point officiating was a key to their loss. But then look at this start here. At the 78th minute, Egypt were leading 2-0. But then what happens after 90 minutes? 3-2. Is it the same script that you were talking about the other week when we were saying that African teams have a problem in terms of focus in the last 10 minutes of the game? Was it the same script for Egypt? And do you think officiating played a part in this game?
Yeah, for sure. First of all, I have to commend Egypt performance against Argentina because it was a great performance. What they did last time was not easy. Playing against the world champions and trying to send them home in this competition was not very, very easy. So it was a great performance. Also, we have the opportunity to see players like Isem Osam, who was very, very, very good in that game. And we also discussed last time, the last minutes of a game of our African teams are not well handled. We don't know what the problem is, really. But, it's just the same every time. And we can see that in the dying minutes of a football game, at the high level, our teams just struggle. So, but for sure, we can hide or we can talk about this game without talking about refereeing or without talking about officiating, because it played a big part, a big role in this defeat. Because, like everyone, if you are not an Egyptian fan, you can see that so we have to be clear on that. There were a lot of fouls in that game that were not whistled by the referee. There was a lot of, unsporting behavior that Argentina players were doing, and the referee did not caution them. So a lot of things, when we put them together, you say it's not good. But like I said, we, like Africans, we have to handle our games better. You have to do better, because Egypt played that game very, very well, scoring first in the first minutes of the game, and then scoring the second goal at the middle of the second half. They are the better time to score goals in a football game and to win that game. But as you saw, we had Senegal also the other day, and the same thing. Even in that game of Senegal also, there was lack of good officiating. Think of Tillmans.
Exactly.
the defender Nyakate, but there was no foul. So it's the same thing with our African teams, and we have to really talk about it. You have to, our confederation have to talk about it a lot, better. But we as observers, we as journalists, I think we are doing our part, and you have to say it that that French referee did not handle that game very well for Egypt.
Exactly. Bello, make a word for the French referee, Francois Letexia. What can you say about his performance against Egypt, against Argentina?
Well, for me, I think the referee is only playing the script given to him by the Confederation himself, that's FIFA themselves. I am highly disappointed with the way FIFA handles this competition. I was expecting this World Cup to be a very, very top-notch World Cup where everyone will talk positive about it. But honestly, I am disappointed about the officiating. Let me use Egypt as just a case study. Argentina, from the beginning of this tournament, will go and watch their game again. Romero has always been creating scenes in every game, and he has never been given a card. It shows that FIFA has a special interest in the Argentine team. And what happened between Argentina and Egypt? God.
KB, on your end, what can you say about officiating in that game for Argentina and Egypt?
I mean, what can you say about the officiating at the World Cup as a whole? I mean, each and every single game, there always seems to be some type of controversy. There always seems to be some type of wrong call. And there always seems to be some type of error made by the referee. I mean, when is enough honestly, when is enough? I mean, we take the Egypt and Argentina game from a couple of days ago, for example, right? Okay, so before Argentina scored the winning goal, to have been fouled at the end of the day, right? That's what the Egypt players are claiming. The referee didn't even bother checking with VAR. He didn't even bother going to check the screen to see whether or not it was a legitimate foul. He just let the play go on. Before Salah got fouled in that instant, they showed another highlight where it could have been a possible handball, where an Egyptian player headed onto one of the Argentine defenders, and it could have been a possible handball. We did not get a close-up of that shot. We did not get a VAR of that play. So definitely, the officiating definitely has to be questioned, but not just for the Argentina and Egypt game, for the World Cup as a whole. I mean, there have been a whole lot of games where there seems to have been some controversial refereeing decision, and when's enough, honestly?
Exactly. KB says that it's not only in the Egypt and Argentina game, but then in the whole tournament as a whole, and I agree with him totally. And here on Facebook, I can see Amra Shem is watching alongside, who is this, the guy? Bilad is also watching the show. Thanks so much for being part and parcel of this show. Nadas Dupere is also watching. Asante sana for watching this show. Keep your comments coming. Tell us, do you think FIFA is favoring Argentina? Do you think Argentina is being favored? Because many fans online are saying that FIFA are having a script for Argentina to win and Lionel Messi to win a second title. Do you think that is so? But then, as we speak about Argentina, let's just take a look at another tournament, another country which has to be on the spotlight here, Steve. And this is Morocco, who are the last man standing for Africa as a continent now. Morocco will be facing France in a few hours to come. And of course, before Morocco, Switzerland will be facing Argentina in the quarterfinals. Taha, do you think Switzerland can do the job that Egypt failed to do?
Maybe, bro. Maybe Switzerland can't win Argentina because Argentina not like Argentina in Qatar, the last World Cup. But Argentina still Argentina. Maybe they can win. I think Argentina can win Switzerland. Argentina still still can win Switzerland because Argentina have more players can to make a distance against Switzerland. Also, what can I say? I can't. I can't. I can't talk about Argentina again. Really, I'm very disappointed. But Argentina can go to the second final.
All right. Tata says that Argentina can still make it to the quarter semi-final despite them facing Switzerland in the quarter-finals. And of course, Steve, we all thought that Cape Verde will do the job. They failed us. We all thought Egypt is going to do it. They also failed this time round. Do you think Switzerland are the person, the right people for the job against the defending champions?
I will go in the same way like Taha, is and maybe Switzerland will do the job. But when you watch Argentina game, you can see that since they passed through group phases where they were easy against Algeria, Jordania, and Austria, they were easy in that group phase. But since they started the knockout phase, they are suffering. They suffered against Cape Verde. They have to go through. What do you call it? Prolongations or prolongation, you see in French, and they suffered against Egypt also. So maybe Switzerland can push them to that extra time once again, and maybe I don't. Argentina has one of the best players, even the best players in the world, like Lionel Messi. So at any time, that player can do the magic, like he have done since the beginning of this World Cup. I think that's the main point of this Argentina team. When you see Argentina playing, they all play for Messi because they know that guy can win the game for them at any time. Anytime he can win the game for them. So they play for him. All the way through the match, they make him have some occasions. They have to make opportunities so that they know that he can score at any time of the game. So once again, I don't know, maybe Switzerland can do the job, but it's gonna be very difficult because Argentina, they have the experience also. They are the world champion, the world defending champions, and also I don't know if FIFA want to see them there. In the last four, but they just a better team than Switzerland. But like I said already, they suffered the last two games. Maybe in their legs they are suffering also. So we don't know. Even though Switzerland also they have to go through penalty shootouts before qualifying for this quarter. So you have to wait and see. Maybe Switzerland will do the job, but once again, Argentina is the favorite.
KB, do you think Switzerland is going to give the defending champions Argentina another scare after escaping Cape Verde and Egypt? Are Argentina going to escape another scare against Switzerland?
Well, I can definitely see this game being a very close one, a very closely contested game. Listen, let's not sleep on Switzerland. Let's not underestimate them. Switzerland are a good team. They have some experience. They have some young players that are coming through the system. They've got pace. They've got technical ability. So Switzerland do have what it takes to beat Argentina. But then again, Argentina have proven time and time again that no matter what adversity they face, they can always overcome it. And listen, it's going to be a very entertaining game. But if Switzerland can at least continue attacking, at least continue pressing Argentina, at least stay on the front foot throughout the game, I think Switzerland will have a chance to win. But I do think Argentina are going to win this one. But let's not underestimate Switzerland. Let's not underestimate the Swiss at all.
After eliminating two Africans, Cape Verde and Egypt, I believe in Switzerland they can do something for us, Africa. And of course, we can smile finally And of course, some Ronaldo fans can put on a smile after their goat was eliminated earlier on in the tournament. But then, guys and gentlemen, let's not talk about Africa. Another one African team, Morocco, the Atlas Lions, the first ever African nation to make it back-to-back quarterfinals in the FIFA World Cup. They are into the quarterfinals. They're going to face France Le Bleu in just some few hours to come. One word for Morocco, Taha, and do you think they're not gonna go so far like they did in Qatar 22 when they made it to the semi-finals?
Yes, bro, sure. Morocco has a big team, has a big player. All Morocco team didn't play, and Moroccan all Moroccans player were playing in Euro. We saw Hakim, we saw Ashraf Hakimi, we saw Al-Ainawi, we saw more players. Maybe it's a European team, not African. But this is France a big team. Maybe if Morocco played against another team, maybe we say Morocco will be in a final. No way. But this is France, the favorite team in the World Cup. So I wish Morocco will win today, but I think it's difficult.
It's difficult. As Taha said that he wishes Morocco well, but it's so difficult for them to get a win this evening or this night in the US when they face Le Bleu in just a few hours to come. Steve, Morocco are missing one of their key players, Ismail Saibari, who got an injury in that round of 16 tie against Canada. Is this going to affect them, or is this going to be a major key factor for them in this game, and how?
Yeah, for sure. The absence of Saibari will be a big loss for Morocco. But we saw that even though he was not there for almost plus 1 hour against the last team they played. I think it was even though Saibari was injured in that game, they managed to go through, winning 3-0. So I think they can go through even with the absence of Saibari. But like Taha said just now, that Moroccan team, you are not even surprised by their performance, because what they are doing since years in African football, and even in world football. We saw it 4 years ago. They were in semi-final of the World Cup, and since then they have been doing good things. They were in the final for AFCON last January also, and also just Morocco is getting the fruit of what they have done in the last 10 or 15 years, because they have invested a lot in infrastructures. They have invested a lot in players development, and also today they are getting a lot of players born in Europe, born in Netherlands, born in Belgium, born in everywhere, Spain, and they are bringing a lot of strength to their team. So I think they can do it tonight against France, because they have a very, very good team. And today, even though they have changed also their coach since January, but you can see that it not affects the team a bit. They are not. That change of the coach didn't affect the team. So we can trust Morocco that they have they can put France in difficulty. But that team of France also is so strong, very, very. What they have been doing in this World Cup is very, very good, with Mbappe, Olise, and Dembele, even Desiree Doué coming from bench. Bradley Barcola is very, very good team. We can see that team is on a mission to get that World Cup. So Morocco have to bring everything they have in their hand, in their legs, and they know that Africa is also behind them. So they have to have that strength. They have to have that force to go through and put France in difficulty and win that game. So we are behind them, and we trust them that they will do it.
KB, from the south in South Africa there, if you look at Leblé as a team, up until now, we can't really say that they faced a bigger task hurdle in this tournament. The only game that seemed like they struggled to get a win was against Paraguay in the round of 16. Do you think this time round, this will be a major test for Leblé on their way to the final again?
I think what France are going to be going up against tonight is they're going to be going up against a team that fight with a lot of heart. They're going to be going up against a team that fight with a lot of pride. I think what happened 4 years ago was that because Morocco had been the first African team and it was Africa's first time in the semifinals, maybe it was something that they'd not gotten used to. They'd not gotten used to going to such a big stage at such a big tournament. Now that they've tasted that, Morocco now know exactly what they need to do in order for them to get to the finals. They've learned from their lessons from 4 years ago in Qatar. Now it's time for them to implement those lessons that they've learned. And listen, if they can implement those lessons along with fighting with that heart, fighting with that spirit, and fighting with that passion that they have for their country. And let's not forget, a lot of their players were born outside of Morocco and they opted to play for Morocco. So you can see the heart and the passion that they have for this country. And listen, if that can shine through along with the lessons that they learned from 4 years ago, and if they continue to play the way that they've been playing, we could see a shock on our hands. But on the other hand, we have to look at the French, because the French attack has just been a well-oiled machine throughout the tournament, right? You have Kylian Mbappe, who has been leading the way, who has been the star of the show. You've got Ousmane Dembele, who can provide that sort of backup should Kylian Mbappe have an off day. Because let's not forget, Ousmane Dembele has what it takes to carry France himself. He's a Ballon d'Or winner. He's done it with PSG, back-to-back Champions Leagues. And we saw in the game against Norway when he got himself a hat-trick with the performance that he put in, the performance that he can put in. So let's not forget him. Let's not forget Michael Olise. Michael Olise might not be as much of a goal scorer as Ousmane Dembele and Kylian Mbappe, but he is a very, very, very key part of that attack. He's the one that's bringing those balls forward, making those killer passes, putting in the likes of Dembele, putting in the likes of Mbappe, putting in the likes of Desiree Doué, putting in the likes of Bradley Barcola when it comes to the game. He can also do that for the likes of Marcus Thuram. So France's attack is such a well-oiled machine that it's gotten to the point whereby if the midfield have just a decent enough game and are able to get the attack flowing, oh man, France can beat anybody on any given day.
Look at France, Taha. What do you think is going to be the defining factor for Morocco against France tonight?
Can you say the question again, bro?
Oh, I was asking, when you look at the two teams, France and Morocco, what do you think is going to be the defining factor between these two teams in terms of getting or snatching a win?
At first, I'm happy to hear the description from my friend from South Africa. He described the match very well. So when we talk about the match, Morocco can play well against the France, can score against France, but Morocco is the treble in the team. We saw Achraf Hakimi. Yes, it's the biggest player in Morocco. He was from the last 10 in Ballon d'Or. He's the best player in Africa now. But another players in defense of Morocco, I think that they make a problem for the team. So Morocco to beat France, it's very, very difficult. But Morocco can do that with Mohamed Wahbi. Mohamed Wahbi is a good coach. We saw him the last matches playing very well. Have his opinion in football. He teaching well. So Morocco maybe have to score first and teaching from the what's happening in Egypt against Argentina match. Egypt when score 2 goals. They should Sam Hassan should to play with defense. Maybe we saw Zico after scoring the goal we saw Trezeguet and Marmoush get inside the playground. But I wish at this moment that maybe we have a good defender to play the match. So Morocco have to score first. This is a very, very good service to that happen. So Morocco have to score first and then defense to maybe beat France.
All right, great. Taha says that Morocco has to score fast in case or if they want to beat France this night. Nazareth Tupete from Tanzania in Dar es Salaam says, happy to see Taha Abdallah on the show. Asante sana. And of course, Biladi says he's from Egypt, watching all the way from Egypt, says, good analysis, guys. Asante sana. Shukran for making that comment here. And of course, another guy here called Amri Hashem says, I love to see Taha Abdallah from Israel. Asante sana. Shukran sana. He says, I love you, Santisana. Hey, guy, you have so many fans. And of course, another guy here says, I think the problem is all about mentality. Egypt could have killed the game more than 2 goals. Before claiming about refereeing, I think the problem was to Egypt before anyone else. See how they marked Messi. I agree with him fully. The man marking for Messi was poor at some point. This is what also costed Cape Verde, letting that guy just roam around freely, and that's how he got to score those magic goals. Michael Ateku is watching all the way from Eldoret in Kenya on the Rift Valley there. And of course, Mohammed Said is also watching Asante Sana. Saif Nassar, I'm also seeing you watching live on YouTube. And of course, now, Steve, when you look at these two teams, France and Morocco, what will be the defining factor in terms of getting a win for either side? If it is France, who should they look onto? If it's Morocco, what should they do this evening?
You know, for me, the difference will be the depth, the bench depth of the two teams. When you see French team on their bench, it's just like you see. That means even though the players coming from the bench are equally, we can say, better, like those starting the game. So that means the team has a very, very good quality. And so the trainer or the coach just have a problem of reach. Even though the bench of Morocco is not so bad, I think that can make the difference because and today also Morocco don't have players like Saibari. I think for me is a very, very good, very big loss. I said it already. So for me, like Taha also said, maybe Morocco should score first in this game, and if they score first, they have to defend hard. But Morocco is not a team that can defend like can do another team can do. But so Morocco is a team that like attacking, always attacking. So because they have they have a lot of quality and they know that they can create occasions, they can create opportunity, they can score goals. So it is not a team that we sit down behind and waiting for the opponent. So it's gonna be very difficult because when France have players like Mbappe and Dembele, Olise, they can create opportunities at any time of the game. So Morocco just have to be cautious and to mark well players like Mbappe. Someone said it earlier that maybe Egypt didn't mark Messi well, but you know you can't also mark Messi. Messi is just like a fantastic player. It's very difficult to mark him. So once you let him a second, he can score a goal, and that's the same thing with Mbappe also. So for me, like I said, is with the benches. I think France bench is better than Morocco bench. So even when the match will be tight, when the match will be very hard, I think players from the bench of France can do the difference coming up.
Exactly, and of course, when you look at the lineups of the two teams, is just out. The probable lineups for these two teams. This is how things will be unfolding this evening. Of course, on the front line, we just mentioned earlier on that Morocco will be missing their talisman, and that is Ismail Saibari through injury. Right about there, you can see Rahimi will be taking center charge in the front forward foot. But of course, don't forget Brahim Diaz on the right wing for Morocco. So far, he is the second top assist maker in this tournament after Olise with 5 assists. Diaz stands with 4 assists. This is one of the key players whom Morocco can bank on, and they can get a win. And of course, I believe in Ounahi, and of course, Rahimi also got the second half of that game against Canada, and he was on the score sheet. So things will be unfolding just a few months to come, but then that and much more will be on this show. But then, Taha, when you look at this, the Moroccan side and the France side, look at the key people who will be taking center charge in terms of officiating. It will be an all-Argentine officiating panel. What do you make about these officiators or about these referees for this match?
My friend was right, bro. France have more players. If one of us, the coach of France, he really have a problem to put the lineup. It's very hard. France have more players. The second and the third line of players. Against in the other side, we have Morocco. Morocco have good players too, but maybe France have a more power in the second 45 minutes because France have a more player, so can make the distance against Morocco. So that I told you, Morocco have to score first and fast, and the defense the last time. Morocco have more players can make the distance against France. Sure, Ashraf Hakimi, Nasser Musrawi have playing very well tournament. Ayoub Boudai I think is a very good player. He have a future. He is the youngest player I think in World Cup. Very well player. Ounahi, we saw him in Qatar 2022. He's still good. He scored very well goal the last match. We have Ibrahim Diaz. Maybe he's not good in the final against Senegal, but yes, he was good in Africa Cup of Nations, but
hello, Steve, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Yeah.
Jason, I'm hearing you.
Taha, you were saying something. Sorry, I lost you.
Yes. Brahim Diaz is a very good player. He is played well in Africa Cup of Nations, but he wasn't lucky in the final against Senegal. But in a public, he is a good player. Make a distance, can score very well in any time. We have a Sufyan Rahimi, saw him. Because the Sibari it's not available now. Sibari, I can Sibari is a very good in Morocco. Is the best player in this World Cup. So I think his players can make a distance against France. But again, Morocco I wish Morocco to score first and have a good defense against France because Olis is a very different player, and we have a Dembele, Barcola, good players. So I wish Morocco to do that Egypt failed against Argentina.
Okay, Steve, look at the officiating lineup for this match this evening. It's an all Argentine officiating crew for the France versus Morocco game this afternoon or this evening. Would you say this will have any effect? Because many fans across Africa and across the globe are saying that this looks like a script from FIFA. Do you agree?
FIFA. I just say FIFA is playing tricks. Because the last game of Argentina against Egypt, they appointed a central referee for France, and also people from Argentina was complaining about him. They complained a lot about him before that game, and after the game, they didn't talk too much because the referee did good for them, like we said already. And this time also, FIFA put all Argentina referee for this game. I don't know what they are doing really, because for me, anyway, referees, they have to do their jobs. And in press conference yesterday, DJ Deschamps didn't wanted to argue a lot about referees because he want to focus on his game. But I know French people also have to complain about that thing, that FIFA can put a lot of all Argentina, because between that two teams there is a lot of rivalry since 4 years. So at I don't know, everything they will see they will see risks in it. Everything they will see hell on it. So it's not so easy. And I hope this time the referee will not officiate against Morocco, because the main thing for us Africans is that our teams are not well handled, like when they are playing against big teams. So that will be the main point that we're gonna be close. We're gonna watch closely the performance of the referees. They are Argentina, but they have to do their job, and the officiating will be fair for the two teams, and we hope that the best team will win on the pitch.
Right, great. And just to reiterate is that the Golden Boot race is also heating up, and for the first time ever in a single FIFA World Cup campaign, we have more than three players at a goal scoring 7 or more goals in a single campaign. Erling Haaland of Norway with 7 goals, Francis Leblay, Kylian Mbappe with 7 goals, and Argentina's defending champions Lionel Messi with 8 goals. And closely following is England's Harry Kane with 6 goals. Who do you think is going to walk away with the Golden Boot? Let me know in the comment section there. And of course, on the all-time World Cup top scorers list, Lionel Messi stands high, 2 goals more than Kylian Mbappe on 21. Mbappe second on 19, and Miroslav Klose, who is retired from Germany, with 16 goals. And of course, you can just see there on the top 5 is coming closely with 14 goals. Harry Kane. When will he gonna catch up with the top elite like Messi and Mbappe? That is on the top scorers list. Let me know, who do you think is going to win the Golden Boot this year round, after Mbappe scooped it last in 2022 in Qatar in the last edition of the FIFA World Cup? Who do you think is going to win the Golden Boot race this time round in the FIFA World Cup? The US, Mexico, and of course in Canada. But of course, Brazil, one of the tournament favorites, 5 times champions of the world, were eliminated earlier on in this tournament. And what a shocker it was, because Brazil lost 2-1 against Norway. Taha, what do you think made Brazil, La Seleção, to leave the stage too early?
I'm very, very sad for Brazil. When I saw Brazil would play the World Cup with a big coach like Ancelotti, I expect that Brazil maybe wins the World Cup. Brazil have a good players, more good players. Maybe Ancelotti, his selection in some players isn't good. But at the final, it's Brazil. They have Vinicius, have Rafinha, more players, and it's coach Ancelotti. But I am disappointed for that's all. Thank you.
Right. Steve, what do you think made Brazil get knocked out so early? We were expecting a sixth World Cup title
You
from them.
know, for me, that Brazil team is a very big disappointment since since 2002, when they won the World Cup in Korea and Japan. This team has been going down, year after year. So for me, it is a very big disappointment, But also because, for me, a coach like Ancelotti, like Taha said, a very experienced coach, didn't have the courage to take good decisions in making this selection, because players like Neymar didn't have their place in their team. It was like they imposed Neymar to him. It was like they imposed the people wanted him to take Neymar to the World Cup, and they wanted him to make him play, but we saw that Neymar wasn't ready to play World Cup. But he was still using it every time, and also a young player like Hendrick didn't have the match time play that he needed to impress or to perform. So for me, it was a lot of things, and like we saw against because they had the opportunity to score goal, but they are not efficient in front of the goal. So finally, when you have a player like Erling Haaland, once he got one opportunity, just put it in the net. So for me, like I said, it's a very big disappointment, Brazil, but it's not from today. It's not from this World Cup. Like I said, it's from the last World Cup since 2002. For me, this team has been going down. Some people say that it's because a lot of Brazilian players are leaving their country too soon and playing in Europe. So they transform the way they play in Brazil. This team is better a European team than the Brazilian team. I don't know if you see what I'm telling about. So they have to go back and work again and work hard, so that when they come back in 4 years' time, maybe they can win the World Cup.
Exactly. And of course, another team which got knocked out, Taha, is Portugal. Surprisingly, this seemed like the golden generation of Portugal, and another big star of the tournament leaves the stage, Cristiano Ronaldo, after playing 6 World Cups. Finally, the journey has come to an end for the big man, one of the goats, you can say. And what a tough tournament that he has endured. And what would you say was the problem for Portugal for this early exit?
Not me who talking about Ronaldo. Ronaldo is a historical player. He and Messi, Neymar, historical players. But I see that the main problem in Portugal in the coaches. Portugal can't good in a choices coaches. Look at coaches last years. No one can win tournament with a big team. No one can make a distance. No one can to communicate with the players well. We saw in Portugal, maybe me only, but I see is that the communication between Ronaldo and their player and his friends in a Portugal team, like Bruno Fernandes, Leao, not good. I don't know why, but maybe the coach can fix it. That in Egypt, some players can't love Mo Salah like now. I don't know why, but maybe the players want to be friendly between them. Husam Hassan, when he came, he make all players love them, and all players love Salah, and Salah communication very well with the players. We saw a family, Egypt at last years was knocked out from early matches. Was beaten not good. The players not very well. Now with Husam Hassan and big coach make the team in one family. So we saw the team play in a semi-final of Africa Cup of Nations and do what happened against Argentina in World Cup.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much, Taha, for that. Bello, welcome back on the show. I had lost you. And of course, I have lost Kib Modishane in Pretoria, South Africa due to a power outage. So he'll not be able to join us for the rest of the show. But then the show has to go on. And Bello, we were just discussing about the eliminations of Brazil, 5 times world champions. But of course, Portugal, who are one of the tournament favorites, who are also knocked out earlier on after Portugal, of course, lost 1-0. That was a last-minute winner by Merino from the La Roja of Spain. What do you think made Portugal lose or get an early exit? And do you think Roberto Martinez was the problem for Portugal, Bello? Bello, can you hear me? Please unmute your microphone. It's your turn.
Martinez. Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah.
I don't think Martinez is the problem. I think what they lack in that team is the team cooperation. If you watch them right from the friendly match they played against Nigeria, they had that issue of not playing together as a team, and that took them into the competition proper from day one. You can see that despite Martinez is trying to use a Ronaldo to distract other team, other players around him are not playing to that tactics at all, and that affected Portugal. So they are the problem of themselves, and they are out of the competition. It's just unfortunate that a Cristiano Ronaldo that is looking forward of having something important in this particular World Cup, that dream is far gone, and it might not be opportune. It might not be opportune any longer to have that experience of World Cup. But sincerely, they are the problem of themselves. Now going by Brazil, I thought someone, when we're discussing about Brazil, when they eventually gave the list, I said that Brazil came with old legs and few new. Everybody knows the Neymar. I don't know what Neymar is doing in that squad. I should be allowed to help the team. They brought old legs, and other teams that just took advantage of it and knocked them out. It's a painful one. It's a painful one, but though it might not be an African that I was expecting, but we are going to have a new champion this time around.
Yeah. Exactly. Steve, when you talk about Portugal, and Bello just said that Roberto Martinez is not and was never the problem for this golden generation for Portugal. And of course, many fans across Africa have been saying online that Roberto Martinez went to Belgium. He killed the golden generation of the likes of Hazard, the likes of Thorgan Hazard, the likes of Kevin De Bruyne, the likes of Lukaku. They say that he killed that golden generation because at some point Belgium were ranked number 1 in the FIFA rankings, but then they failed to deliver a tournament of international caliber. But then this time round, coming to Portugal, the same thing happens. Do you think Martinez was the problem? If not, what do you think was ailing Portugal up to getting an early exit in this FIFA World Cup?
Martinez was not there for the last World Cup also, so you can say he's the main problem. But me, I will second Bello when he's talking about the playing way of Portugal. Yes, I second him because I saw also that Portugal team was not playing like a team. And when you can play like a team, when you have a player like Cristiano Ronaldo in your team, you have to play for that player. That's what the difference between Argentina and Portugal. You know, Argentina, they know that they have Messi, so they are playing for Messi. All the players are playing for Messi. But when you go to Portugal, I just like the feeling that the players don't like to play with Cristiano Ronaldo, don't like to play for Cristiano Ronaldo. So for me, that's the main problem of that team. Because when you have a player like Ronaldo, you have to play for him. You know that he can score at any moment. You have to put him in the better conditions so that can score goal for you. But this Portugal team, when you see a player like Bruno Fernandes, for me, it was a very big disappointment in this World Cup. See what this player has been doing for Manchester United this last month. Well, but when it came for this World Cup, it's just like a shadow. It's just like, I don't know. So for me, this Portugal team, the main problem was not Martinez, even though he also have his responsibility in this elimination. But the main problem is that all the players didn't want to play for Ronaldo because Ronaldo was their star. Ronaldo is their main player. So those young players, Leao, Pedro Neto, João Neves, Bruno Fernandes, they need to play for Ronaldo. But they didn't want to play for Ronaldo, and we can see the result. Even though they were against Spain, and Spain was a good team. It's a very good team, and we know that it's going to be difficult for them. But throughout all the competition, we can see that Portugal team was not I don't know, was not very, doesn't have what it makes to make a very good World Cup, and they were eliminated.
Yeah, let's just run quickly through the remaining quarterfinal fixtures before we come to a close of this show this evening, ladies and gentlemen. These are the remaining two quarterfinal fixtures because we just talked about the two main ones that involve Argentina and Switzerland, and of course France and Morocco, which is starting in just an hour to come. But then there are only two other quarterfinals remaining: Spain, La Roja, who are the yet only team up until now in the quarterfinals who are yet to concede a goal in this tournament. La Roja are coming into this fixture without losing any game, without heading into any extra time or penalty shootout. And of course, Belgium have endured some mixed up results in the group stage, of course, in the knockout phase here. Taha, Spain against Belgium. Who do you think is going to make it to the semi-finals? Taha.
Yeah, bro, I'm with you. No, I'm with you. Belgium is a good team. When Egypt faced Belgium, some people talk about Belgium not good in this tournament. When we saw Belgium in the last years, was very, very strong than now. But finally, we saw Belgium in this side. Belgium make history against Senegal because I saw Senegal that can beat Belgium easily, and so we saw that in the first minutes in the match. But when Belgium faced Spain, I saw Spain can beat Belgium. I don't want to be crazy, but I think Spain will beat Belgium with a score.
Okay, thank you so much for that. Taha says that Spain will, of course, overcome Belgium so easily. Steve, Spain are yet to concede a goal in this tournament. The only team to do so far that has not yet conceded a goal in this tournament. Belgium have Lukaku. Belgium have Thibaut Courtois. Belgium also have Kevin De Bruyne. Do you think Belgium is going to break that fine record for Spain and hopefully make it to the semi-finals?
That Belgium team is not so confident. I can see that they are not so confident because every time they have to win, their opponents have to score before they come back. Every time they have to come back. I don't know. But, like you said, Spain is the only team since the beginning of this World Cup without conceding a goal. That team is very, very confident. They know what they are doing. They want to go to the final. And also, some of their players have not been at 100%. When you see a player like Lamine Yamal, he is not yet fit. But game after game, he's improving. So I think Spain is favorite in this game. But, Belgium, they have also the strength to go against Spain. And we're going to see what it's going to take. And I think it's going to be a very good game between these two teams. Even though, like I said, I think Spain will go through.
Okay, the other fixture is, of course, involving Norway, who have never gotten this far in the FIFA World Cup tournament, and is the first time making this far in a FIFA World Cup tournament. Of course, England finally, after overcoming hosts Mexico 3-2, in what people might have said that the high altitude could have affected England, but then the Three Lions have made it into the quarterfinals. Finally, Taha, do you think it's gonna come home for England, the Three Lions, against Norway?
I wish no. I really love Norway. I saw this is a good World Cup for them. I saw Haaland playing very well. I love Haaland. They play very well, very, very well. Maybe England have more players like France, have a good coach. Maybe in the paper we saw England win easily, but I think Norway maybe have a surprise for us.
Still, Taha says that Norway could be having a surprise for us. What will be the defining factor in this match, Norway against England? Are we going to continue seeing the Vikings row, or this could be the end of the Vikings row?
Yeah, me also. I think Norway can be the surprise in that game. Because that team is very, very, very confident, and also they have a player like Haaland, and they are putting everything for him so that they can score goals. So yeah. But defensively, Norway players they can run very, very well. But England have also a strength attack with Kane, Bellingham, Rashford. They have a strong team also in this World Cup. They are doing very, very well. And like you said, in their last game against Mexico, people thought that the attitude will play a role in this game, but they did very, very well, even though they were even reduced to 10 men for almost 30 minutes. In that game, they managed to win it. So that team of England is very strong in this World Cup. I can see them going through. But like I said, Norway can make the exploit.
Exactly. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, those are the 4 quarterfinals fixtures that are coming up to you in the FIFA World Cup. Of course, France facing Morocco in just an hour to come. Will France make another semi-final spot? And of course, do you think Morocco is going to make a second consecutive semi-final spot? France Morocco will be coming to you live in just an hour. Then, of course, tomorrow it is La Roja versus Belgium. La Roja being one-time champions who won the World Cup in 2010 in South Africa. They'll be playing in Los Angeles tomorrow at 10 p.m. East Africa time. Of course, on Sunday morning, Norway, the Vikings throw with Erling Haaland against Hurricanes, Three Lions of England in Miami. And of course, Argentina, the defending champions, will be facing Switzerland in Kansas City, who will make it all the way into the semi-finals of the FIFA World Cup. That and much more we'll be discussing on our next episode 5 of the Dai Dai Iko episode 5 World Cup edition roundup and analysis. On this note, on episode 4, we're going to say a big thank you for being part and parcel of this show. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the end of the show, but then it is not the end of football, because France vs Morocco is coming to you live. Thanks so much, Taha Abdallah from Egypt, Cairo. And of course, thanks also Steve Lavon from Lom, Togo. And of course, a massive thank you to Bello Omotunde in Nigeria, Lagos. But not forgetting KB Modishane from Pretoria, South Africa. I want to say shukran. I want to say merci beaucoup. I want to say asante sana for being part and parcel of this show. It has been wonderful. It has been amazing. Up until next week, when we'll be talking semi-finals. I hope Africa with Morocco, we're going to make it into another semi-final. My name is Jason Sagini, the Sports Archbishop. This has been Dai Dai Iko World Cup Roundup Analysis Show on Walk with Sagini. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and also leave a comment after this show. I wish you, and I want to bless you, and I want to wish you a blessed night, ladies and gentlemen. Kwaheri ya konana. Merci.
Thank you. Bye-bye.